Hey guys, Cdrama Invasion here, and welcome back to a final wrap-up video. So in June, I managed to finish 4 dramas. We did talk about 2 of these dramas before, specifically the Cdramas, Heroes and A Dream of Splendor. So my reactions have changed since the initial video, and I think that's why it's interesting and fun for me to do these. It's because there's like some gradual, sometimes major changes, sometimes not too much. Let's just jump on into it. But first, let's start off with dramas that I haven't really talked about. First one is Money Heist Korea. This one did pretty well. It's not that big, but in terms of like on social media, trending and stuff, lots of people were tuning into this drama, especially those who are fans of the original Money Heist. So I did manage to watch 2 seasons of the initial Money Heist, and absolutely I have to say that this one does not compare. Usually originals and remakes don't usually compare ever. There's like very rarely do people do remakes and it surpasses the original. Either way, I did still find lots of things enjoyable here. And it's not to say that this was terrible or anything. It's just not as good. And I feel like fans of the original will definitely be a little bit let down. I would say that fans of K-dramas or people who haven't seen the series, maybe check this one out and then watch the original. I feel like I've seen a lot of people online saying that they don't really care too much about Money Heist, but now watching this one, it makes them excited to see where the story will continue. I thought that one thing, depending on the person, but for me it really hindered my viewing experience, is that they only dropped 6 episodes, and this is the first half of the full season, and the next one, I don't know, in a couple of months maybe. I feel like because the first 6 episodes was just very heavy in terms of characters, etc., we didn't really get into too many intense plot stuff yet. So it's kind of unfortunate that they didn't release the whole thing. I feel like I'll definitely enjoy it as a whole more than just the first half. Either way, let's start with the good. So I really enjoyed the cast members, and I found them all very beautiful, very attractive looking people. And the one thing is, I never really cared too much about Denver, and I don't even remember too much about Denver in the original. But here he really shines with his story with Misun, and they actually ended up being probably my favorite couple to watch. Also, before the popularity of Squid Game, I always was a fan of Park Hae-soo. I think he's just brilliant, such a versatile actor, and over here he's very charismatic. I thought he was the perfect Berlin, but it's unfortunate that we didn't get too much of him in terms of screen time. A little bit later on in this first 6 episodes released, his charisma is there. I like that his poker face, like, you're unable to really understand like what type of person he is, whether or not he's kind of like psychopathic, he's good, he's bad, like you don't really know. I do enjoy that they do put their little twists and things. Of course, there's going to be different aspects because it is set in Korea and in joint economic zone. So all of these cultural things will be different from what you see with the original Money Heist. I like the stylistic details with the red and green kind of contrast. It's kind of like almost neon aesthetics at times, and it looks so good. There's just something, maybe the professor, who is a major part of the original Money Heist, that just felt super like addictive, and I can't take my eyes off the screen. Literally, I was just so impressed and blown away by his attention to detail and everything that happens. Here, like, sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss, and I don't feel like this looming presence of, yes, the professor is this charismatic person that's like 10 steps ahead of you. Even so, I would say that if you enjoy the genre, do check it out. And if you have nothing better to watch, then yeah, check out the first 2 episodes, or there's only 6 episodes, so why not? Or you can always wait until the second part of the season is released and binge it as a whole. I give this a like 7 out of 10. Next is a K-drama called Kiss Sixth Sense. This one has 12 episodes, And I originally didn't really care too much about this. I saw it like pop up on my feed a couple of times, but not too many people talked about it. But I did still try to check out the first episodes, and I was pretty addicted to it for the first 3 to 4 episodes, and then the middle, it kind of lost momentum for me. Then the final like few episodes picked itself back up again. This is a K-drama about a woman who, when she like kisses someone, even accidentally, like anything of the other person touch her lips, she will see their future. So she can't really pinpoint like when this will happen. It's just like a vague scene in the future. So this was initially what really got me into it. It's like she can only see glimpses and pieces of it. So we kind of try to figure everything out. It's almost like a mystery. It is a hate to love romance, but I would call it more of like a misunderstanding. Anyways, I really enjoyed the couple together so much. Their skinship is really great. There's so many steamy moments. And another part of the plot is soon in episode 1, she realizes that she's going to sleep with her boss, which she absolutely hates. And because of this hatred and you're seeing everything from her perspective, it's so fun to figure out how the heck they're going to fall in love. Then the second male lead, which is her longtime ex, comes back as well, and he joins the picture. But to be honest, I think that's where the weakest link is. Nobody really cares about the second couple, the secondary characters, even the joking friends and people around them. I feel like that part was so cringy, and even though I felt like these actors are good and I've seen a couple of them in other dramas, it was just the script was lacking and there was nothing original in these side characters. They were super over the top. The second female lead is super annoying too and clingy, definitely a turn off. Very crude humor if you're not into that. Some of the friends gets very explicit, and for me sexual humor doesn't really land. I felt like it was like locker room talk sometimes, but it was more explicit to like 1 or 2 characters. Still, I think for the romance, it was so worth it. If you want to check this drama out, I definitely recommend skipping over the side stories. I felt like this drama could definitely be shortened to 8 episodes. 12 was a little bit too much, but it is worth it for the leading couple. Their chemistry was sizzling. The banter was super fun as well. And one great thing about this drama is the theme song. It's called Fantasy by Suran. Super addictive and refreshing. And the good thing is there's actually so many scenes with the leads together. So this is why I'm very conflicted and I don't really know what to rate this drama. But if you've watched it, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Next is Heroes, and we're going to be specifically talking about the drama from the second half to the end. So it started off really happy, upbeat, and I had a feeling like stuff was gonna go a little bit crazy in the middle, more melodramatic, and I was definitely right, but I wasn't expecting that many dark scenes, moments, and like things that were quite shocking that I don't even see addressed in many C-dramas these days due to like maybe censorship or whatever the reason is. The ending for me was satisfying, but I've seen a lot of people complain about it. I thought that it was a little bit longer, could have been trimmed down, but overall I wasn't like dying, pulling my hair out or anything. The female lead still didn't have too many good moments or even a memorable character arc, which was pretty disappointing. Indeed, she still didn't do much from the beginning till the end. However, I was super intrigued with Mung Ze-yi's character. She was very complex, and that character really drawn me in, her story and everything she went through. All of these darker emotions that she showed, like rage, anguish, etc., like hopelessness in her eyes, was just so well acted. I think in the end, I'll still give Heroes like a 7. I feel like a lot of people dropped this drama because they were expecting like a more upbeat, fun wuxia drama, which I get. But later on it got super violent, very tragic and sad as well. Last but never least is A Dream of Splendor. So the first half, I definitely enjoyed it so much, but not as much as most people like on Weibo, Douban, etc. They were giving it like 9 or 10 rating, and for me it was more like sitting at like an 8, maybe 8.5 at some moments. I still feel like one of the best things about this drama is the script quality, the beautiful aesthetics, as well as the consistency in the characters, in the writing, etc. Although there weren't many inconsistencies or terrible plot holes to point out, I felt like it also lost a little bit of momentum later on. It wasn't sluggish or anything. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's because I couldn't connect with all the characters. I still, of course, love the female lead, the male lead. I like Sun Yang. I think Yin Jiang is for sure the weakest link of the trio. Her entire character and arc, like, I didn't really get it, nor did I really care. She's very beautiful though, and I really enjoyed her scenes playing the pipa. One of the things I love so much is, of course, the romance here, the undying loyalty they have to each other. I never once questioned it. Like, their romance was next level in this type of like subtle way where they're not just flashing it all around, but later on, of course, we have these skinship moments that felt so beautiful, open, honest, cute at the same time. But if I take away the romantic parts, I wasn't as into the plot anymore. And I would say this is because there was a major shift to the Ouyang Shu character, and after he came back, so many things happened, and it was kind of annoying because he was this pathetic character instead of this charismatic or super smart and scheming type of character. Even though he was scheming, he was like pathetic, kind of using his like power to eliminate the main leads. I think I was expecting like another like big bad to come in, like a different, more interesting villain. So it felt like quite underwhelming, and I felt like the stakes weren't that high. Still, one of my favorite parts is the restaurant opening sequence. It was so beautiful. That whole, I think they dedicated a whole chunk of the episode just to the performances, and it was perfection. Overall, I would still give this like a 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10. Let me know what you would rate this drama, or your ratings for any of the other dramas we talked about, and your thoughts, etc. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notification bells, and I'm excited to make a first impressions on Love Like the Galaxy, so stay tuned for that one. And I'll see you guys in the next video.